Tonight we are in Chinatown, one of the largest and oldest Chinatowns in the United States. Its origins go back to the 1860s when Chinese laborers came to this country looking for work and for a better life. They settled here, many of them in temporary tents, because the neighborhood was close to nearby manufacturing plants and to modes of transportation that could carry them to work. Eventually, their numbers were limited, however, by the Chinese Exclusion Act of the 1880s, which was enacted in response to the intolerance many Americans had to the influx of Asians into the United States. It wasn't until World War II that the act was lifted and more Chinese immigrants were allowed to enter the country. Today, this neighborhood covers just 50 acres, but it is one of the most densely populated neighborhoods in Boston. Its 6,000 residents make it one of the largest Chinatowns in America. Nearly 70% of the neighborhood residents are Asian, and just as in many other neighborhoods, many struggle with poverty. Most middle-income residents have long since moved away to the suburbs, although they return to Chinatown for church, shopping, and a profound sense of community they can't find anywhere else. Bostonians and tourists know Chinatown for its restaurants and fabric shops, but this is a full-service neighborhood. Entire families live above and next to the stores and markets selling fresh, in some cases live, fish and seafood. Other streets are primarily residential. Urban development has both shaken and strengthened the neighborhood. In the early 1960s, residents and small businesses were offered just 30% of their property value when blocks of Hudson Street were leveled so that a ramp to the central artery could be built. But this neighborhood benefited mightily from the Big Dig. The removal of that artery ramp created the Parcel 24 project being developed by the Asian Community Development Corporation, known here as ACDC, to provide needed mixed-income housing and green space. The people of Chinatown, including former Hudson Street residents, are deeply involved in the design and hope to capture the street's sense of history as well. It is possible to see many benefits of thoughtful new development in the vibrant Boston Chinatown Neighborhood Center, BCNC. Today, this 36-year-old organization operates from a handsome green building on Ash Street and offers everything from English classes for new immigrants to child care. The Neighborhood Center is just one of the stellar community-based organizations, many of which offer English for speakers of other languages, or ESOL, classes, and job training. This year, the Boston Foundation released a major report called Breaking the Language Barrier, which painted a detailed portrait of the challenges non-English speaking immigrants in Greater Boston face and the importance of language instruction to their success. Organizations like BCNC, the Chinese Progressive Association, and the Asian American Civic Center know this and offer ESOL classes either on site or online. In recent years, many of the foundation's investments in Chinatown have focused on ESOL instruction, adult education, and workforce development. The Asian American Civic Center also receives support through a number of workforce development programs supported by the Boston Foundation, helping workers learn the basic skills necessary for jobs in every sector, from hospitality to automotive repair. Chinatown also has seen major investments in its resources for workforce development through the SkillsWorks initiative, which was launched in 2003 by the Boston Foundation in partnership with the City of Boston and other funders. Over the last 7 years, SkillsWorks has invested more than $15 million to help thousands of workers receive skills training. Tonight's episode of My Neighborhood Boston is focusing on the special challenges faced by immigrants in Chinatown and the programs that are designed to help them move forward on the path to family-supporting jobs.